Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Jeffrey Lyles welcoming you to another installment of Lyles Figure Files, part of Lyles Movie Files brand. I had an amazing birthday weekend. Thank you for everybody who shouted me out. I had a lot of fun. Ashley had a birthday miracle. I found figures on the shelf, and in one Walmart, they were literally just packed to the gills. I actually had to push and pull figures like back in the glory days where every peg was full of figures. It was incredible. And I actually managed to get some stuff, and there were some things that I wasn't expecting to get, and I was like, well, why not? There's actually no line here. I can just go to the self checkout right away and get these figures. I'm going to show you those guys in a minute. And yeah, there's so much cool stuff. And got some other figures that were delivered. Unfortunately, it was a big rainstorm that happened in this area. So I'm going to open it live and see how badly this box damaged the figures. Hopefully, fingers crossed, everything's fine. But speaking of boxes, Hasbro is giving everybody who backed the HasLab Galactus program an opportunity to let our voice be heard by casting a vote daily on which John Tyler Christopher artwork we want on the Galactus package. So I love this. This feels like such a cool little bonus. Thank you for everybody who contributed to the project. Got package A, the herald's coming down at us, Galactus looming overhead. Package B has everybody kind of close up. The herald's zooming ahead. Galactus, all we see is his massive head. Package C, Galactus is already starting to devour a planet. The herald's coming back to him. All of these, any of these would work for me. I think I'm choosing a different option every day because it doesn't matter. John Tyler Christopher's package art has been amazing for every figure, every wave that he's contributed to. So yeah, I think today my choice is package A, but check back with me tomorrow, maybe C, maybe B. We've got until November 5th to cast our vote. So at the end of that, whichever option gets selected will be the one we actually see on the package. So like I said, it's a really cool feature, really cool thank you for everybody who contributed to the project. And I can't wait to see what it looks like. I like the idea of walking us through different steps of the process. So we're seeing this sketch. So maybe in a few more months, we'll see the finalized design. See a little bit more of Galactus coming together. We've got until November 5th to cast our vote. So that's a few more days of voting for whichever one. You can come back and vote every day. So that's a nice bonus. So you don't have to be locked in if it's like, oh, I really love package C. Wait a second. I want package B now. So you can just choose and vote, and hopefully whichever one you select is the one that gets chosen. I don't think we can really have a loss here because all of these designs look really cool. And I figure, like most people, you're going to just figure out where in your house you can store this massive packaging after you take Galactus out anyway. So maybe it'll be a cool discussion piece. You know, maybe you can just plop it down on your coffee table and people go, oh man, why did you choose package B? Either way, I think it works for us. I love the fact that Hasbro did this. Hopefully they'll incorporate this idea into other HasLab projects. Speaking of other HasLab projects, let's take a look to see where everything is looking right now with some of these other projects. So right now, the Sky Striker needs 10,000 backers. It's just about at 5,000. Not too bad. We still got 35 more days to go, so I don't think we need to really worry about anything not going through at this point. The Rancor is at 4,047, a little bit behind. It only needs 9,000, so I guess it's right around the same pace as the Sky Striker. The big surprise to me, though, was this Ghostbusters Plasma Series Spengler's Proton Pack. It's almost at 7,000 right now, and it only needed 7,000, which is crazy. I figured the Rancor would probably be the one that would be the quickest to get funded, but I had no idea there's so many Ghostbusters fans out there. And I'm sure everyone now is looking forward to Afterlife based off of just how quickly this is going to get funded. This may be a record for a HasLab project to get done so soon. And I guess we'll meet all the incentives for this one. Hopefully we'll get this Sky Striker and Rancor also funded because it's just cool to see these projects move forward. But definitely the Ghostbusters won this round. And back to Marvel Legends, we've got another new reveal. I guess not so much a new reveal. The Agent of Asgard, Lady Loki, but we've already seen in a pack with the A-Force figures. The retro card version is now available at Entertainment Earth. I'll have the pre-order link so you can order right from here. It's a really nice figure. The packaging looks cool. I'm not so sure if this really fits in with the retro Legends theme, but who cares? It's not a big deal. Not a lot of accessories though, so it's kind of like, you're not really getting the same amount as you have for other ones, unless you really wanted Lady Loki with some fists. But anyway, that's there. It's up for pre-order, so you can get it today. Okay, so I have really resisted. I need to pat myself on the back for not falling into the Super 7 well of all these awesome 80s figures that I really need to put into my collection. I've resisted the Thundercats so far. I don't think that's holding up much longer. Now they've figured out, hey, you also like Silverhawks. Let's put them up. I didn't bite on series 1, but now that they've shown series 2, I cannot figure out a way to resist any longer. So I'm gonna just have to go back and get the Thundercats, get the Silverhawks, and hope they don't tap into any more 80s iconic cartoon series that I have to have represented in my figure room. So first up is Windhammer, and this guy looks great. The head sculpt is truly outrageous. If they did gem, I'd be on the hook too. So he's got his tuning fork. He's got some power effects there as well, which is really nice for him because he was a guy that just kind of stood up on the rocks and just threw everything to Silverhawks. So I love that they actually incorporated this. Super 7 does an amazing job with accessories, so it's really cool just seeing what they throw in with each figure. So he's got a lot of cool options here for you. This is the package. Really nice looking. Shows off everything, and you can see what's messed up with the paint job or anything like that if your local comic book store happens to sell. Mine, Third Eye Comics, does, so it'll be really nice to see them in hand. So that's the real glamour shot. He looks super cool, and yeah, I'm gonna have to just find some rocks for him and Terrax to fight over as they wage war through the stones. Next up is Monstar. It's kind of interesting because with a lot of character designs, this would be the final boss version of Monstar, but he just looked cool in his default non-powered up version. So he has an amazing head sculpt. He has some amazing head sculpts. This is just the default one. He's got all the spikes. He's got the hair going. Got the lion's mane rocking. He was a cool looking bad guy. I really love this package. Got the fully armored up version there. This is the interior package. So you can see those alternate head sculpts. Got the yelling one, the somewhat yelling. He's got his animal dragon sidekick too. Really nice job on Monstar. And like I said, this guy would look cool enough on his own, let alone before you get to the armored version. But it's nice that we're getting both versions of him right away in the line. Next up is Steel Will. We already got Steel Heart in the first wave, so we've got her twin brother, and he looks like the tank like he's supposed to. Got the full football helmet. That's really cool. He's got his bird, the arms out with the wings, a ton of accessories, gun effects, very cool. And yeah, hopefully he's to scale so he's bigger than the rest of them, because that'd be a nice touch too. But he looks really great, and can't wait to see him with Steelheart. This is the package look. Definitely cool. I like the blue for the Silverhawks compared to the clashing red. That always worked out well for packaging and just effects for the 80s characters. Blue for the good guys, red for their villains. So that's it here. This is the outer package. Really like that sheen, the nice embossed logo of the Silverhawks. Not too much on that title though, so you'd have to look really closely to make sure you got the one you want. And then I think a lot of people's favorite Silverhawk, Bluegrass, got his mohawk. Of course he's got his hat. He's got his handkerchief there to the side. He has a ton of accessories. Note the two different guitars, and he's got different streams for it when it's like just a straight laser blast, and then it's just like the sonic wave. Just that's a cool option. He's got the winking head sculpt. He's got a smiling one and a neutral, so it's got everything that you could possibly want right there. This is everything in the package. He is full. I mean, this sucker is just full of all kinds of greatness. This is him strumming along, close up there, and that is just classic Silverhawks. I assume there's no way we could ever get the Silverhawks plane, the jet, but I'm gonna have to figure out a way to make a cockpit for him to sit in as he's just strumming along, squaring off against Windhammer. So yeah, that's a close-up shot. And they did a really nice job with these guys. They've even got the hands to actually strum the guitar. Really nice touch. Most lines we would just have like the open palm and you just kind of have to maneuver him. We actually have him with guitar strumming hands. Really nice touch. So Eagle Force, I'm old enough that I remember getting Eagle Force figures, kind of like these guys aren't GI Joe. Basically the same as Transformers and GoBots, although Eagle Force looked cool. I don't know. GoBots weren't quite as cool against Transformers. I'm going way off on a tangent, but Eagle Force figures are back. They're exclusive to Big Bad Toy Store, and I don't know when it started to click, like, wait a second, these guys are starting to incorporate other 80s action icons into this line. And the Eagle Force figures were cool, but now they're starting to put some other guys in there that are making me go, wait. Maybe I need to start investing in this line as well. And my figure room is only so big, but apparently I'm going to expand and create another wing for all these new lines that I'm starting to get. Frank Walsh, of course, is our boy Kurt Russell from Big Trouble in Little China, right down to the guns. I mean, the homages to these characters, to their likeness, are not very hard. I mean, it's not like, who is this supposed to be? It's like, this is great. The head sculpt really is dialed in. He's got his guns. Even got the t-shirt with some design there. And I think that's such a cool idea. Now this one, these next two were just crazy. And I was like, wait a second. So we got Tony Bruno, and his figure is looking beautiful. If you listen to Tony Bruno, the DJ, you know his catchphrase. But for everybody who doesn't, you're like, what the heck is he talking about? But he's a hitman in this iteration. He's the Bruno Brothers Hitman. And so this is cool. We've got Bruno, and let's take a look at Luigi, or Louie, not Luigi. That'd be too close to a lawsuit from the fine folks in Nintendo. But this is nuts. I mean, we got the Mario Brothers, or the Bruno Brothers, in Eagle Force. That's too cool. You see the Louis here has a thicker head. They can't quite get the scale to be a lot different, but he's a little bit bigger, a little bit plumper than his thinner brother, Tony. So that's cool. And then next up, we got Leon Kelly, who I am 100% thinking is Black Dynamite. And he's got his nunchucks, he's got his pistol, he's got the so amazing afro. Really cool looking. He's a private eye and a kung fu master, which, I mean, come on. That looks great. Gotta get this guy too. Sergeant Blackstone, I mean, he's even got the commando cigar in place. So we've got our Arnold Schwarzenegger commando version in this line. Sergeant Blackstone, he is littered with accessories. And he looks really great too. I mean, it's like, whoa, I need to get into this, guys, because they're putting all these classic, iconic action heroes into this figure line in clever ways too, with all these different groups, these subsets. We've got the Grim Reapers, we've got the Hitman, we've got an Animal Monster Force, and we've got Grim Reaper. And you don't have to blink too hard to see that this here is our boy John Wick, Keanu Reeves. So nice job. He's also part of the Grim Reaper squad, of course. Yeah, that's really cool. But I think my absolute favorite is Blockhead, the infantry soldier, complete with the yellow shirt, the stripes going up here, the wave pattern, and his dog, who just so happens to be white with a little black. I mean, how in the world could you not get an action figure of Charlie Brown in all of his glory, focused and ready for action, with his dog sidekick? Sold. I mean, that is crazy. That is amazing. What a cool idea for a figure. So yeah, definitely looking into these Eagle Force figures, because come on, you gotta reward a company doing something really creative and fun like this. So this fresh monkey fiction line, all about these guys, and I'm gonna have to figure out a way to carve out some shelf space for this line. And speaking of another line that I may have to start carving out some space for, Super 7's back again with the Ultimates. This is wave 2 of their GI Joe line. And this is Baroness from the first series, the mass device. Kind of curious why they went with this option, but she does fit along with the Snake Eyes, the Duke, and of course the Cobra Commander that we've got. So we've got her in her blue and yellow clad glory. As you can see, this figure also incorporates a lot of the elements from the first Baroness figure. The gun, she's got her glasses, the rimmed and the circle ones. I don't remember what episode this gas mask was from, unless this was from when they first started stealing mass device catalytic elements. I'm going to make sure I didn't butcher that name there. But yeah, nice cool accessory setup. The default Cobra pistol. She looks cool. This is what the outside package looks like for all these figures, for the Cobras at least. This is the interior. Looks cool. I really appreciate the showcase of all the accessories as usual, and the GI Joe explosive burst in the background. Yeah, and seeing her in a walking stance here really shows her off nicely. And yeah, I'm like, okay, Super 7, I see what you're doing. This is pretty cool work here. Next up, it's Herbo Gestro. And this might be the best Destro head sculpt from the cartoon we've ever seen, or maybe even the early era of the comic book. But really nice job on this guy. And I'm not sure if you can see on this one, but he's got clips for his missiles because the accessories actually do the cartoon version where you have missiles on both sides, not just the grenades on, like the toy and comic book version. We've got a laughing head sculpt. We've got an angry head sculpt. But I think absolutely my favorite is the red goop from when the lava splots on his face. And he needs to get the sander, which we actually have in here, to buff his head. It's so ridiculous. It's amazing. And got some, the joystick. I think this might be from the Weather Dominator. I need to rewatch my GI Joe miniseries, but he's got a plethora of guns. He's got the bazooka that he shot at Scarlet, complete with a missile. So just a lot of really nice accessories with this guy. Here's him in the package. And this is the really cool action shot. And yeah, they did a really nice job on Destro. Between this one, the Mezco, the amazing GI Joe Classified series Destro, we've got some quality Destro figures to choose from here. But this is a really nice one. Next up is Lady J, and this is where it's absolutely no restraint coming. Definitely buying this figure. Lady J, I remember when the first or the second miniseries came out, and I was like, who is Lady J and Flint, and why are they bossing around the Joes? And then as the miniseries just played out, I was like, these guys are so cool. And Lady J is absolutely one of my all-time favorite Joes, period. She comes with her javelin launcher, like the toy. She also has her javelins to throw, because that was a big thing with the cartoon. She didn't have a gun, she just threw the javelins. Got a ton of points and attachment parts for them, so they can do all kinds of things like her javelins did in the cartoon. She's got the earpiece, or headset, so she can communicate when she's in the Sky Striker. She's got a slightly angry face, like, alright, Cobra, I'm ready for you. Got the canteen, and she's got all her guns, the standard issue GI Joe one, and just a lot of stuff here. So it's really cool. And here's a better view of all the accessories. But she's got this one to light up. I don't see the diamond one though to free everybody. Oh, maybe there is the diamond one on the bottom right to free everybody when they get encased in the ice melts version, as Flint would say. But really nice job on this figure, and I cannot see a universe where I'm not grabbing this figure, this version of Lady J, even if she and her compatriot are the only ones of this line I get. But of course, you've heard me rattle on before, you know Flint is my absolute favorite Joe, and there's zero chance that I'm not getting the cartoon version of him. I love that head sculpt. He looks stern. This is a little bit different than the Classified series, which decided to kind of make him slightly less dashing, put a little scar in his eye there, or through his eye. This is very much the cartoon version of Joe. Joe's second in command at first, Flint. And then, as the Arise of Enzo Arise came out, we got to clarify the GI Joe leadership hierarchy. So he's got an accessory with the newspaper Cobra Commander to deliver State of the Empire just tonight. That's ridiculously cool. Here's all of his accessories. He's got, of course, the headset piece for when he's piloting a Sky Striker, because he did that a lot. And I guess this is also from the opening act, one of the cooler opening acts of any GI Joe setup, when the Cobras started attacking the Joes, when they were transporting all the pieces to the Weather Dominator. Really nice. He has a ton of accessories as well. He's got his cartoon or old school toy version accurate backpack. He's got a shovel. He's got the smaller blaster that he would use occasionally. He's got the shotgun, like the old school figure, and he's got the standard issue GI Joe blaster. Lots of cool stuff here, and they did a really nice job on Flint. This is the package, and this is the action shot. Old school toy version. I really like that. I mean, this is not what he looked like, of course. He didn't wear the backpack. He didn't have the shotgun in the cartoon, but it's nice that they threw that in as well. Hasbro was so kind to send along the promo photos of the last wave of Joes that we saw. So I thought they were cool. I just want to show them off to you guys one more time. Here's Croc Master in the swamp with his Croc. He actually is big enough to ride, and the baby gators, or baby crocodiles in her mouth. Big whip there. I just love the way this figure looks, and these photos are amazing with the actual water and mud and all that. Just really cool. There's a much better shot of Croc Master. He looks so great. That gauntlet on the left arm, the crocodile eye belt, Cobra logo, the mask, of course, and then it's just crocodile shell for his armor piece. Just everything about Croc Master is really cool. And there's Croc as well, got the little baby Crocs riding on top. And then showing you that meat hook so he can open her mouth. And you see how far that the jaw opens up. Very cool. Here's Spirit. One of my absolute favorite of these reveals they showed us with Freedom. And you can actually grab the knife out of the sheath, just like the old school version. He's got the modern communicator device there on his right shoulder. Just really great job on it. I mean, he looks cool. He was one of the figures I was most looking forward to seeing, and they absolutely killed it on his execution. He looks great. Got the sniper rifle here so he can take aim. I'm wondering, since they've made Spirit a sniper, if that means we're going to have to push back low light. Hopefully not, because I mean, the Joes can certainly use more than one sniper. But yeah, really nice job on Spirit. Alright, so here is Storm Shadow, the Cobra Ninja. And I know Larry Hama wanted to make this guy a hero because, you know, can't have the only Asian character in the GI Joe mythos be a villain. But I always like the idea of Storm Shadow and Snake Eyes being opposed on opposite sides of the Cobra and GI Joe conflict. Here's a better shot of his quiver where you can grab the swords there as well. I'm still partial to Storm Shadow as the archer, where Snake Eyes was more advanced and skilled with the swords. That just follows with the mythos from GI Joe issue 26. One of the coolest issues I've ever read, with the origins of Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow. I think I'm probably going to keep that hood off most of the time, just because it looks better. I think they did a nice job, so it doesn't look ridiculously oversized on him, but I just like how the cleanliness of keeping that hood down. And I just like that expression, because man, why would you want to hide the eyes? The fierceness, like he is about to go into battle there. And take out Roadblock, take out Gung Ho, go to action. Now, this guy I think is still actually up for pre-order on Target. It's Tiger Force Outback. And I really just love those photos with all the moss and all that, the green in the background. Here's the survivalist expert. I'm going to wait, I think, on the classic original colors with the red hair. But man, I love that he can actually take aim with his gun here. And this shot's really great. The bat's coming. Outback's ready for him. And then bam, coming out through the rain. I'm sorry, attacking the Cobra Viper, because that's a better shot than going after the Cobra Bat one-on-one. But yeah, I really love what they're doing. The line is taking off. There's no delays. There's no like, we don't know if this thing's gonna work because the GI Joe Origins Snake Eyes movie was terrible. We're still getting Joes, and it's really good. I think it's a great time to be a Joe collector. We got Super 7, we've got these guys, we've got Mezco offerings, so yeah. But they threw everybody off. Was on October 31st. No tricks, just a real treat. Rainer on Twitter showed that he got 2 alley vipers and 2 bats. We just saw the photos of these guys, and people are already getting them. Walmart apparently had them up for pre-order for that long, and people were like, why not? And it got these guys coming into them, and I'm so incredibly jealous because I need to start army building bats and alley vipers ASAP. So of course the GI Joe collector community, which is very calm and rational, went off. They went nuts. And Emily, the Hasbro rep who we've seen on these latest live streams, made sure to kind of douse the fire. Like, oh, calm it down, guys. Don't worry. Don't panic. You haven't missed the one and only shot to get alley vipers and bats. So she posted on the His Tank forums. I can read. There it is. But basically, don't worry. We're getting more of these guys out. There's no need for concern. We've addressed the issues of not having enough stock. We've got you covered. And I think they've shown that. So I'm willing to give them totally the benefit of the doubt here, because clearly Hasbro knows everyone's going to want to army build bats, alley vipers, and any other kind of Cobra grunt troops, armies that we could possibly get our hands on. So it'd be dumb to not keep them coming out through the pipeline. I assume at some point we'll keep getting a refresher of the original Cobra Troopers, just so we can have those guys continuing, for people who come to the line late, don't necessarily want the Vipers. But I assume that they get the Cobra Troopers and the Vipers, because you're going to army build Cobras. Those are the backbones of the Cobra army. So we'll get those guys, hopefully down the road. There was something also interesting. The Falcons hangar posted the next wave of pre-orders. This one is for the Crimson Guard. Speaking of another army builder, Dusty and Serana. Now these are all part of that long list of classified series figures that are supposed to be coming out this year. So far that list has been 100% accurate, and everyone that they have listed, right down to the Tiger Force Python Patrol exclusives, has been dead on, which is great because this lineup is still amazing. Lots of cool figures to show. So they had those as the next ones to come. Again, Crimson Guardsmen need to come in plentiful stock so we can army build the mess out of those guys as well. Dusty is another addition to my favorite wave of GI Joes from the 1985 lineup with Flint, Lady J, Snake Eyes, Quick Kick, Alpine Bazooka, etc. Got another guy that I'll be showing off very soon from that wave. So I was excited to add that to the classified series, and looking forward to seeing what they do with Dusty. I'm going to assume that they're going to just stick with the real American hero design. I can't wait to see how they incorporate his head wrap and his face paint. That should be really cool. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with Dusty. Serana is our second Dreadnought, which I guess makes sense if they don't want to kind of choose between Torch, Buzzer, or Ripper as to which one joins Zartan next. Hopefully we'll get them in a set kind of like within the same wave or 2 waves, so we don't have like 2 of the main original 3 Dreadnoughts and we're waiting on the other one. Hopefully that won't be the case. I wouldn't mind if there was just a wave where you just get the 3 Dreadnoughts, get them out the way. Maybe they do them in a deluxe series so we get motorcycles with all the Dreadnoughts. That would be cool too. Alright, so that was the first of the pre-order waves. The second one was the one I was really excited about. Stalker, and not one, but both Crimson Twins, Tomax and Zaymon. Stalker, of course, one of my favorite Joes. The Crimson Twins are one of my two of my favorite Cobra villains. Love that blue, the red, the silver combination, how they mirrored each other's outfits with the opposite sash going one way on one and the other, the scar. Just love the Crimson Twins. Cannot wait to see what they do, especially since we're going basically old school real American hero designs. They don't need to change anything up with either Stalker or the twins. So can't wait to see what they do with those guys, because I'm sure they're going to look amazing. Alright, so that's basically it. So much cool stuff. So that's it on this one. So much cool stuff. And lots of GI Joe news, big reveals to be excited about. Speaking of which, let me show you, so professional, build it down, my latest arrival, GI Joe Barbecue. And yeah, like I said, another addition to that Flint Lady J wave. He looks so cool. And they didn't change and mess up his design at all. Just straight up classic. And can't wait to open him. I will be reviewing him very soon because I have no patience with this line. Can't wait to show him off. Salt on Cobra Island, back in the days that would give collectors nightmares of missing out on these figures. But this last wave, they're plentiful for everybody who wanted them. So if you have any, still available on Target's website. Alright, so I got a package that I told you about in the mail. Dropped off. Tons of rain. Let's see if the rain messed them up whatsoever. It's the Return of the Jedi / everything wave from Star Wars. Here's General Lando Calrissian, all set to blow up the Millennium Falcon, or not the Millennium Falcon, the Death Star. Take 2. Here's tech from the Bad Batch. Really nice. Tech's in the house, completing the original for the Bad Batch. And Cosca Reeves, Sasha Banks. Very nice. Add another one to my Mandalorian collection. So just one shot now. And Aurora Singh. Nice job. I have actually seen Aurora in stores, so it's kind of weird not buying her because I had a really nice deal from Target. But all the figures came out clean, no problem. Great job, Target. Thank you as always for packaging the figures. So even in a rainstorm, there's no issues to the package. That's it. I'm going to be back soon. I'm going to try to break down a few figures. I'm going to try that out, so let me know what you think. If there's anything you want to see me talk about, let me know, though. And as always, I appreciate every comment. I'm going to make sure to respond to everybody's at some point, so please make sure to keep commenting. Appreciate it. And thank you for watching. This episode of Laos Figure Files has been filed.